They were rioting. It was mass rioting. City blocks were burning, stores were being looted, homes too. People were, the news reports that we had at the time, some things were exaggerated, some things weren't reported, but there were people being killed. And my experience isn't this, but I have two friends that lived in Detroit at the time, and they remember waking up to army tanks at the end of their streets, guarding their street, which was a pretty big deal. You didn't see an army tank every day of the week, and you certainly didn't see it parked at the end of your block. I was 5, so there's not, I remember being told a lot about it, but what I remember was packing up to leave our rental house because my father was a Ferndale fireman and he was going downtown to fight the fires, and he was gone for a week, and he packed us up and sent us over to my grandparents' house. I remember most of the adults had loaded handguns or rifles or whatever, because nobody really knew what was going on and how far it would go. We rented a lower flat from a man, Mr. Pavlika, and I can remember him standing in the driveway and my mother trying to convince him to come with us. And he was standing there with a shotgun, which I assume was loaded, and saying no, he would be fine. He was staying there to guard his property. My dad, as I said, was a fireman, and they were sent down to help fight the fires in Detroit. My dad told me that one of the saddest things he remembers was an elderly man pleading with him to come save his house. Everything he owned was in that house. Everything was going up in flames. And, please come save it. And the whole block was on fire. There was nothing you could do except just try to control it. I've lived outside of Detroit my whole life, and most of it I remember it being the way that it is now, which has been slowly declining. I believe that the riots started it, and then the perfect storm came along within that same 10-year span. The car companies got on the ropes, and that's pretty much what supported Detroit. The tool and die, car companies, manufacturing, steel. Once all that started going, not only the people that left Detroit for the suburbs, but then the jobs left too. And there was no money to do anything with. So what Detroit was left was people that literally, couldn't afford to live anywhere else. Will it come back in my lifetime? I don't think so.